Hello everyone. Welcome to module 9, where you're going to practice data wrangling. Data wrangling means changing the format from one format to another format so that the data analysis could be easier. So let me share the screen and explain the basic concepts of data wrangling and some exercises that will help you to understand data wrangling. So more in many real world applications, the data will be kind of spread across different platform, different formats. Like can be different. It will be in databases or CSV file or tabular file or anything. Okay, it will be it will spread across different formats and different locations. Okay, that needs to be arranged in a readable format. We have to change it. We have to transform it into a readable format. So this chapter that helps you to understand the methods that will help you to combine or join or rearrange the data so that it will be in a readable or understandable format. So in the first section, we're going to mainly focusing on indexing, hierarchical indexing. Okay, hierarchical indexing is an important feature. It's an important feature in pandas that will enable you to have multiple index levels, like more than one. Maybe I'll show you the example. Look at this. So you can see in this example, have two rows, two column levels, and here two row levels. So this is called hierarchical indexing. Okay, so hierarchical indexing is an important concept that pandas provides a lot of functions. It will enable us to deal with this hierarchical indexing. So that will help us to work with higher dimensional data, more than two-dimensional data. We can just we can just combine it, merge it as a higher dimensional data, and we can even split it again into lower dimensional data, lower dimensional form. Okay, so pandas provides a lot of helpful functionalities to deal with this higher dimensional data with multiple indexing. So hierarchical indexing is like the methods that is provided in pandas. It is going to be extremely helpful for us to receive the data or a group, either group-based or function-based format. Okay, that will help us to reshape the data in a format that we want to change. We want to transform for easy analysis. Okay, so for example, you might have heard about pivot table. Pivot table is a powerful tool that will help us to calculate or summarize or analyze any data, any kind of statistical operation that you can done if you have the data that is arranged in the pivot table format. Okay, so pandas provides a lot of functionalities to deal with this kind of transformation. So first, let's create a series, okay, to deal with this indexing. So for that, we need pandas and numpy. Okay, so I'm going to create a series. You can refer the P. Okay, for the data. So this is a very simple series with 9 cross 9, this random number. Okay, so with this, but here the complication is with this level. This is one indexing and this is another indexing. So it is two level indexing. So we can just look at the data. So you can see A, B, C, D, and then A has three, again, another three categories, and B has again subcategories. Okay, this is a hierarchical indexing format. So if you want to know the index alone, then you know how to get the index information alone, right? Dot, tab, you can say the index method. You can call the index method. So you can see A has 3 and B has 2 rows and C has 2 rows and D has 2 rows. Okay, that is index. Okay, now let's discuss about the retrieval. Okay, so we are going to retrieve everything that comes under B. Okay, 1, 3, everything that comes under B. So 1 and 3. So it got retrieved. And then this one, we want to retrieve from D to C. Okay, B has 1, 3 and C has 1, 2. Okay, look at this. And then using LOC method. I want to do the retrieval using LOC method. Here, multiple, like you can just pass the list of elements, and now we're going to retrieve B and C alone. Okay, by using LOC, we can do that. So, see, now it retrieves B and C. So, this kind of retrieval with multiple indexing. Now we got used to that. Let's do one more thing with LOC method. Everything in the second column. Okay. So what everything in the second column means, ED, wherever it has 2. So D has 2, C has 2, and then A has 2. Okay. So it just access values which has 1. If you want to do that with which has 1, then you can simply say that all rows which has 1. A has 1, B has 1, and then C has 1, D does not have 1. Okay, so retrieval using any kind of indexing method or LOC method, any kind of retrieval. So hierarchical indexing provides the flexibility of rearranging the data. So now we have series, right? We can convert the series into data frame. Then it would make sense. Okay, series, only two-dimensional thing. We can have multiple labels here. You have two types of row labels here. But when you need to convert it to data frame, then it will be like row and column information. So if you want to convert this into column, how can you do that? To convert the series into data frame, you can use the unstart method. The unstart method will convert the series to data frame. Now you can see the A, B, C with 1, 2, 3. So now we have this as a data frame. Series has been converted as a data frame here. Okay, so if you want to convert it back to series, then you can say dot tab start. And you can see we have converted the data frame into series again. Okay, now let's work with some data frame for more on hierarchical indexing in data frame. Let's create a data frame first. Okay, I have created a data frame. Let's see how it looks. Okay, A, B, and then with 2 level of rows and 2 level of column information, we have it. So let's assign some name for the index. Okay, for this A, it doesn't have name, right? A, B. Let's assign a name for A, B, and let's assign a name for the inner row label and outer column label and inner column label. Let's assign names for all of them from frame dot index dot names. That will take care of row names. So we're going to assign key 1, comma, key 2. And then frame dot columns. For the column names, let's select columns dot tag states okay. I can see we have arranged the labels. This A has key 1, 1, 2 has key 2, and then states and color labels are there. Okay. Now we are going to access only a hue. Okay. So what are the data that is associated with the hue? Key 1, key 2 value And then over here it has green and red, both green and red. So it has all the data that is related to a view. So if you want to do that same with the other value, other column, then Colorado, practice that all these things we have looked at how to retrieve the data from the series. Now we are working on how to retrieve data from data frame for multiple hierarchical indexing. Okay. Now you can see it has only the Colorado information. Okay, for here information. So reordering. So this is all about retrieval. So far, whatever I have discussed is retrieval of data from hierarchical indexing in both series and data frame. Now we're going to speak about reordering or sorting levels. Sometimes we need to rearrange the order of the or axis, okay, or sort in a particular form. So there is a method called swap level. This swap level takes two level numbers or names or anything, and then will return a new object with the levels interchanged. Okay, so let's see how this swap level works. Frame dot swap level. Okay, that will swap the levels. You can see. Okay, now we have rearranged key 2, 1, 2, and then key 1. So now it you can see the key 1 and key 2 systems got swapped. We can do the swapping. Like if you want to do the sorting of data in only one value, in single level in only one value, then there is a method called sort index that will help us to sort the data. For example, sort index. This method will help you to sort the data only using one value. For example, give level 1, then based on key 1 only. I think level 1 means this one. Level 0 means key 1, but level equal to 1 means it will just sort index, not set index. Okay, so on level 1, that means key 1, level 0 means key 2. Here it is in level 0 and this one is level 1. So this one based on key 1, based on alphabetical value. Child. So level 0 has key 2, right? So now it the level 1 sorted with the key 2 value, that is 1122. Okay, so all the values will be arranged sorted based on level 1, that is key 2 value. And then if you give level equal to 0, then based on A and B value, it will get sorted. Okay, if we want to do the same thing in column value, then you have to sort it by, you have to give this same thing, but with axis to specify it is a column. Axis equal to 1, we'll say it as column. Okay, now you can see axis 1, that is in column, and level 0 means this one, color. Okay, so green, green, and then red comes after green. So if you want to do it on states, already in sorted form, but still if you want to do that, level 2, axis 1. Sorry, level 0, you have to say level 0, axis 1. And level 0, so okay, let me give level 1 for states. Now you can see got changed because already it is in alphabetical order. Okay, so next we're going to speak about some statistical, some of the statistical operation that we can do based on the level. In the summary statistics, you can specify the level you want to aggregate by a particular axis. But this level attribute is not, right now it is working, but it is deprecated in pandas. So we have to use group by. In future, this level option will not be there. For that, we have to use group by, but as of now, let's see how the level one work, okay? The deprecated version, so I don't know when it would be taken off. I'm going to use the sum and level. So instead of level, we need to use group by feature in future. Since we didn't discuss it yet, I'm just going with the level attribute. You can see now key 2. So what is the key 2? Key 2 is 1, 2, right? The 1, 2, we are just adding the based on this key 2, right? These two will get added and these two will get added. So you can see 1, 2. So in the green, it is red, you can see 5 and then 10. Key 2 value, based on the key 2 value. Yeah, now it just adds these two, right? 2 plus 8, 10, 0 plus 6, 1 plus 7. And then here, based on 1, 2, 2, all two values, that is 5 plus 11, 9 plus 2, and 4 plus 10. Okay, 14. Okay, so this one is kind of a group by operation. Instead, you can use level or group by. So same thing if you want to do it by grouping, summation based on column, then for example, if you want to do the summation based on the color, then how can you specify that? Level, specify the label, that is color, and then axis equal to 1. That is column, that will specify the column. And you can see green got added and red is there based on the color. Okay. Next, we are going to see indexing with data frames column. Sometimes you may wish to move row index into data frames column, swapping, interchanging levels. This can be done. We'll see some examples for doing it. Let's create a data frame again, new data frame to practice this. Let's see how it looks like. Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to use the set index function that will create. So your assignment problem, which is going to be based on the set index and reset index. So please try to understand the depth of the concepts. So set index function will create a new data frame using one or more of its columns based on the given. Okay. So when you can use set index can be used data frame from the existing data frame based on the given values that is inside the set index. For example, here I'm going to create a new data frame. So I'm just giving a new name to this. And the data frame, old data frame is there in front. And then now I'm going to use the set index method. So what I'm going to set only on C and D. Arrange it only on C and D. See the answer. You can see based on C and D only it got arranged 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, and then what is the AB value? So based on C and D, they arranged it. Okay. So setting C and D as row and column indexing. Okay. So here we have changed that C and D as a row index. But if you want to keep that as both row index and also column index, then you have to use the attribute called draft attribute with a false value. Okay. So if you want, in case if you want to keep both the C and D as both row and a column. Then C, D, drop. You have to say that as by default it is true. So it will just convert the column into row as shown in here. And if you want to keep it both as row and column, then you have to set the drop as false. So that is about set index. The reset index, on the other hand, it just do the opposite of set index. In hierarchical index level, it will be moved into column levels. Okay, for example, frame 2, we apply reset index. One, two, three, ABC. Okay, so that is about section 1. So in section 1, what we have discussed, how does hierarchical indexing, how to work with hierarchical indexing data retrieval in series, how to do the data retrieval in hierarchical indexing in data frame, and then what is sort index, how we can use the sort index method to arrange the data, and how we can use arithmetic operations in combining the data, like merging the data, and then set index method, the use of set index method and the use of reset index method. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to discuss about merging data. Thank you.